Hey guys, so for day number 9, you are having to read an article and then answer some questions about the passage. So that's pretty straightforward. If you want to read it on your own, that's fine. If you want to listen to me read it aloud because that might be helpful to you, that's also fine. I know my voice can get kind of squeaky and weird, so I'm sorry. You don't have to watch my video if you don't want to, of course. And I guess I'll just start reading it for you. The city's the place to raise their kids, parents say. Usually families with kids will move from the city center to the suburbs. In the suburbs, they can find peace and quiet, more space, and good schools. Now more parents are choosing to keep their families downtown. City centers offer something much different than the suburbs, a city lifestyle. This means living in a crowded city with lots of things going on, being closer to work, and not needing a car. These parents are pushing cities to become more family-friendly. In Seattle, Minneapolis, Denver, and everywhere, parents are calling for more schools and playgrounds. They're also looking for cheaper housing for families near the city centers. The benefit of living in the city far outweighed what we would get by moving out to the suburbs, said Jenny Kelly, age 32. Kelly helped start a parents group in 2013 called Parents for a Better Downtown Seattle. She and her husband Michael moved to Seattle in their 20s. They moved downtown to the city center. They stayed when they had 2-year-old Aaliyah. Both parents walked to work from their apartment in Pioneer Square. In the small space, the laundry room also served as Aaliyah's bedroom. What downtowns need now? Kelly and other parents recently pushed the city to build a public school downtown. As Seattle discussed changing the area along the water, the parent group asked for a playground. The city of Seattle is offering home builders benefits if they provide space for a school. Still, no one has taken the city up on the offer. Some cities are responding to families' needs. Portland, Oregon changed building rules to allow family-friendly apartments with outdoor courtyards. Baltimore has promised to add 10,000 families to the city. For decades, Seattle has had a reputation as a city without children. In the 1960s and 70s, families moved to the suburbs. The number of children dropped. Families with children are a good sign of a neighborhood's health, according to Gary Johnson. He works for the city of Seattle. Seattle has a smaller percentage of children than the rest of the state of Washington or the United States as a whole. Still, Seattle is holding on to the kids it has, according to one study. While some cities are seeing the percentage of kids go down, the number is going up in Seattle. There are more kids going to school in downtown Seattle, according to the Downtown Seattle Association, a local business group. The number of kids who were in kindergarten through 8th grade jumped by nearly 1/3 between 2007 and 2012. Parents used to stay in downtown Seattle until their kids were age 5, then many would leave, said John Scholes, who runs the business group. He is raising 5-year-old twins downtown. Now parents are staying longer, Scholes says. Schools, parks, and other conveniences matter, he said. Just say no to yard work. Melissa and Aaron Whitney moved to Minneapolis, Minnesota. They sold their large house in the suburbs and bought a small apartment downtown. We thought once we got married, we had to buy a house in the suburbs, said Aaron Whitney, age 40. The couple said they would like to see more green spaces in the city. They also wanted cheaper housing. A new school opens up downtown this fall. They might send their son to school there. In the suburbs, though, the couple quickly realized they didn't enjoy home repairs. They also did not like yard work. They frequently went downtown to have fun. Eventually, they moved to downtown Minneapolis with their son, who is now 2 years old. Raising kids with culture. Lindsay Carrillo is 31 years old. She grew up in the suburb, but wanted to expose her kids to city life. It gives them a different way of living, said the mother of 2 kids. I want my kids to have a cultured experience growing up. Her family of 4 shares an apartment in a tall building in downtown Seattle. It is small with only 2 bedrooms. Sometimes her son wishes he had a backyard and that he could walk to school. Still, she says, he loves to show off where we live. So now you're going to need to grab something to write with and something to write on and try to keep up with it until we come back to school so we can get grades for it all. And you have questions and answers. So you can just write down 1 through 4 and then your answer choices A, B, C, or D. Answer these questions about the article. Number 1, select the sentence from the article that shows why more and more people are opting to live in cities. A, these parents are pushing cities to become more family-friendly. In Seattle, Minneapolis, Denver, and elsewhere, parents are calling for more and more schools and playgrounds. B, the benefit of living in the city far outweighed what we would get by moving out to the suburbs, said Jenny Kelly, age 32. C, they moved downtown to the city center. They stayed when they had 2-year-old Aaliyah. Both parents walked to work from their apartment in Pioneer Square. Or D, still Seattle is holding on to the kids it has, according to one study. While some cities are seeing the percentage of kids go down, the number is going up in Seattle. 2, read this section, Raising Kids with Culture. Select the paragraph that shows that it is not easy for families to make a move from the suburbs to downtown. Number 3, based on the information in the article, which of the following options best conveys the meaning of the section, Just Say No to Yard Work? A, refusing to do any yard work. B, suggesting that suburban homes need a lot of fixes and repairs. C, demanding an improvement in the quality of homes built in the suburbs. Or D, encouraging people to maintain their yards so it needs no repairs. In which of the following does the word run have the same meaning as it is used in the sentence below? Parents used to stay in downtown Seattle until their kids were age 5. Then many would leave, said John Scholes, who runs the association. A, the new engine runs silently. B, pollen makes my nose run. C, a rope runs through the pulley. Or D, the clinic is run by experts. So that's it. Hope you guys are all staying safe and healthy and making good choices. Hopefully we'll get to see you guys soon.